Here we are doing the loving kindness practice, the practice of the metta bhavana. So I'm going to say very briefly what it is at first so that you'll not spend the time wondering all the way through the meditation what's coming next. It's in 5 stages. And the first stage is for ourselves, loving kindness towards ourselves. The second stage is for a good friend. The third stage is for what we call the neutral person. The fourth stage for somebody we find difficult. And the fifth stage, we open up as much as we are able to include as many living beings as we possibly can, as our heart is open to, and wishing every living being well and happy and free from suffering. Okay, so if you'd like to make yourselves comfortable, we'll do the practice. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on cushions, you can do whatever you like. The main thing is to be comfortable, to be upright, to be aware and awake. So you can close your eyes, but if you're falling asleep, I suggest you open them. So, when we close our eyes, we're not closing down, we're not trying to shut out the world. No, we're including, we're not blocking anything, but we do take our attention inside ourselves so that we become aware, first of all, of our physical sensations. So that's what we're going to do. We begin by taking our awareness to the sensations in our body. Just exploring those. Maybe there's some areas that are a bit tight and constricted. Maybe other areas that are relaxed and content. So we'll start by contacting the floor, taking our attention right the way down, noticing the experience of the sensations where our feet or our feet and legs, if we're sitting on the floor, make contact with the earth. That huge earth that is supporting us. We can give up our weight to the earth. And then we'll be aware of the contact that our buttocks are making with the seat. So the whole weight of our upper body is going down into the seat. Feel that pressure as a felt experience. And don't worry if images come to your mind of bits of your body. Just see if you can let them go and instead focusing on the sensations itself. And we let the body become still and quiet as much as we can, still and quiet. We might feel fidgety. See if we can let go of fidgety and drop into still and quiet, grounded and upright. Even saying those words, I can feel a sense of stillness and contentment coming over me. And you might feel that too. Grounded, still and quiet body, an awake mind. So now we're going to practice loving kindness for ourselves. Now sometimes we use a phrase such as, may I be happy, or may I be free from suffering. But you choose a phrase that you can really relate to and believe in. What do you wish for yourself? What's your heart wish? And you could form a phrase of that wish. And then in between, so we don't keep saying the phrase, Notice how your heart is receiving it. Do you believe the phrase? Do you think you deserve it? So we're looking for that quiet voice that might have something to say in return. So I'm going to be quiet now for a couple of minutes while we wish ourselves well in whatever way is appropriate, and while we're receptive to how we're affected by that wish. Not to worry if your mind wanders off. Just gently noticing and bringing it back. What is your heart wish for yourself? So now we're moving on again. And we bring to mind a good friend. Somebody that we can easily feel some warmth towards. So welcome your good friends. Allow them into your heart space. And you can wish them well. You can wish them happy. And free from suffering. So imagine them physically close to you. Maybe sitting with you, meditating. Maybe you could remember what it feels like to see your friend. Imagine opening your door and your friend is there. So this evokes physical sensations, and that helps us to feel the warmth, the natural warmth that we have for our friend. So now we let the focus on our friend gradually dissolve, and we bring to mind a neutral person. So this is someone we don't especially like or dislike, but we can bring them to mind. It could be somebody like the postman, somebody we see in a shop regularly. We might never have spoken to them, but we can bring them to mind. And we wish them well and happy and free from suffering. So to help that, we can tell ourselves that it's quite by chance that this person who we don't know, who's neutral to us, might have been born into our family or might have been a good friend. They may even one day be a good friend. We don't know. And just like us, they wish to avoid suffering. They want to be happy. They have many of the same experiences we do. So wishing them well, opening our heart towards them, letting them in. So now we relax our focus from the neutral person and we bring to mind somebody that we find difficult. And you might notice that we say the person that we find difficult, not the difficult person, because they're difficult to us, but they have family and friends who love them. So what is it about this person that makes us dislike them? Maybe they echo something in us. We often dislike a trait or an attitude in somebody else that we too have. Or maybe we're jealous. Or maybe we're frightened of them. So whatever it is, and however difficult it is to do, we bring this person into our awareness, invite them into our heart space. They too wish to be happy and avoid suffering. And if it helps, we can think to ourselves that whatever it is that's difficult about this person for us, to remember that that same difficulty probably other people experience, and so it causes this difficult person pain. We don't like being at odds with the world. Maybe other people find them very difficult. So we can just notice our reaction. Maybe we don't want this person in our awareness. Maybe we want to push them away. We don't criticize ourselves for that. We just see to what extent we can soften towards having this person in our awareness and wish them well. We might find ourselves justifying why we don't like this person. Just notice ourselves doing that. Without judgment, just noticing the habit of doing that and letting go. Wishing them well. So now we'll move on again. And first of all, we bring to mind each of those people who've been in our meditation so far. Ourself, our good friend, the neutral person, and the one that we find difficult. And noticing whether we've managed to have any sense of openness, warmth, or acceptance to each of those people. And then gradually we're going to, you could say, almost loosen our heart, loosen our awareness so that we can include more and more living beings. Perhaps everybody in your household, everybody in your streets, everybody in your town or city. So we allow ourselves to open more and more widely to include more living beings. And in case that gets a bit abstract, what I do sometimes is to bring to mind a particular group of living beings who I might have a particular sympathy for right now. So it could be something very simple, like all the dogs that haven't had a walk today. Or it could be much more global, such as we might bring to mind a war going on somewhere, or people starving. The difficulty with that is we could just fall into anxiety. So we want to make it achievable that we can stay open with some warmth to whoever we bring to mind, towards whatever group of people or living beings we bring to mind. So we don't make it too difficult for ourselves. That might come later. May all living beings be at peace, live in peace and happiness. And may they all be free from suffering. So now we're going to bring our attention back to our bodily sensations, having a sense of ourselves sitting here in meditation. Perhaps we have a few reflections about how the meditation has been. Maybe we fell asleep, maybe we got very distracted. Just noticing without criticizing. No need to judge. If we're aware of how the meditation went, then the next time we meditate, we'll know what to look out for. So gradually opening our eyes. Thank you for joining me. We'll leave it there for today. Bye-bye.